Guys. Gizamon is sleeping. Hey guys, welcome back to opening Digimon booster packs. Like I said in the X record, the episode extra one, I've got a lot of Digimon cards, so got a lot of content to make about it. That little intro, I don't, just disregard it. Disregard all the intros to this always like first episodes of the series. It's always going to be something dumb. But anyway, this time, I mean, you already can see the title, but we're going to be looking at Xros Encounter BT10. And from what we learned from when we were opening X Record, when we got all those Jellymon cards, Tethysmon is in this. So maybe we can actually complete that line. But other than that, we're going to be opening up another big booster box full of Digimon cards. I'm going to have so many now, which is what I want. So, you know, never looked a gift horse in the mouse. Mouse? Yes, never looked a gift horse in the mouse. You know, those gift mouses. I don't know if I'd ever really want a pet mouse or a pet rat. They seem cute, but I just don't know if I have the time to work on it. I gotta raise it, you know? I gotta make sure I put the bandages on it, clean up its shit, give it the meat. Every pet's like raising a Digimon, right? Anyway, we got Xros Encounter here, but it came with another dash pack, or as it called on this one, it's called the Digimon Card Game 25th Special Memorial Pack. So, interesting. This one's also in English, but they've got a lot of cards on the back here, 12 types in total. They got an Agumon, a Greymon, a Mervamon, Monzemon, Seadramon, Airdramon, Tyrannomon, Betamon, Numamon, Mamamon, Metal Greymon, and Devimon. So they've got 3 cards in here, so we got a chance to get some cool ones. I guess the only ones I really care about are the Agumon line. So, but we're never gonna get that lucky to get all of those. They do have rarity. The rarest one in this entire pack is Mamamon, by what it says. So let's hope we get a Mamamon. We gotta save the packaging. But yeah, actually, I think I've already got packaging for Xros Encounter. Either way, I've got another box of Xros Encounter coming, so I don't really need to worry about saving it, but I could just save it just in case. Definitely gotta save this one, though. So let us hope for the best. You know these dash packs always have, because they've got so little amount of cards, it's hard to save them. You just kind of have to get lucky. Like, yeah, I pretty much saved it. It's not, like, the best of quality. You always kind of have to rip up the entire thing. It's like, oh, I pulled up like this and got out like that. Now you have to, like, pull up like that and pull out the other way. You know, I'm just talking about how to get your dick inside of a Digimon card. And, you know, you're not listening, viewer. You're not listening hard enough to how cool I am. Anyway, put that to the side. Pretty much saved the front of it. So, very nice. You know how I like to save these things. I've been saving them since the very first point. The release 0 had like multiple different like pack like arts, so I had to save multiple of those. So, all right, see what we got. Ooh, so these are like full arts. So we got ourselves a Numamon, and because I haven't seen these cards before and we haven't talked about them on the channel, we will be going in depth. So it's probably going to be 4 episodes like we usually do. So anyway, I got a Numamon coming out. That's like a literal Digivice V-Pet. Okay, and he's got no ability, though, so very sad. Alright, Betamon. He's, like, standing on top of a V-Pet with a Botamon just kind of staring at him. I think he's at, like, Primary Village, according to all this stuff. So, anyway, can you read that from there? I think you can. I think that's a pretty good reading distance. Anyway, it says, on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 green level 4 Digimon card or 1 green Tamer among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. I mean, that's a pretty broad target for the reveal card, so that might be useful. Finally, we got a Mervamon. Didn't get any of the ones we wanted. We got a bunch of... Are they all commons? Let me see. Betamon is a rare, Numemon is a common, and Mervamon is a common. So the rarest one in there was actually Betamon. Interesting. They do have all really nice full arts, though. So, Mervamon, his ability, you gonna focus or you not? We always have this problem. It's like I gotta find a place where I can keep my... Because you see how I'm jittering a bit? It's because I'm trying to like keep my hands still so we can see it. Just always has a trouble with that. Okay, when Digivolving, one of your other Digimon gets plus 3000 DP for the turn. Okay, so he's kind of a support one. He's not really meant to be the attacker. He gives others more power. Okay, then. Well, let's go ahead and start placing out the colors. You know how I have to do. So, if we could, I would place them all kind of like this so that I only have to use my left hand to kind of put out the cards. Because that's what we did when we did Draconic Roar, when me and my associate did it. So, let's go ahead, pull it out. We have our sacred, the most sacred AC wall plug for the good old Chromecast. The newer Chromecast I have just needs to go into the side of the TV, so I like it better that way. Okay, there we go. Make sure you don't ruin the box. Because we got that. I don't know if that like 25th Memorial Pack comes with the Xros Encounter set, but I don't know. Also, what does it say down here? Promoted cards for each box contains one alternate art and one ST11 special entry pack. Wonder what that means. You really don't get to see these packs a lot if you buy individual packs from like a Walmart or a Target, since usually those ones are the cardboard ones and don't contain all the little special ones. I guess those just go to the people who buy it. But then in the end, the people who are buying it for retailers, they don't give a shit about those little packs. Like, Target's going to be like, I can't sell this item. So it's like, we'll just throw it away. Because nobody there will really care about Digimon cards. That's why I need to create a card shop and start selling these things, and then just take all the little itty-bitty parts for myself, so I can fuck you guys over. You know, that's the only way. So I have opened a set of these, not on screen, I've opened them off screen, but I'm really hoping to get Shoutmon Cross 5, because I do have Shoutmon Cross 4. Alright, open that baby up. Flip it out. So we've got ourselves a Nene, and then a Nene. And we got ourselves the special entry pack. So let's go ahead and place this over there for a second while we go ahead and open this shit. Don't have to worry about the clear ones since they're, well, absolutely worthless. You can get them in anything. There we go. You guys got to see me rip it up on screen. You guys must be lucky. I wonder if you always get this card or if it's kind of variable. I don't know. Anyway, first card out of the thing is Nene Amano. So we're talking about Cross Wars this time. It says Cross on it, but it's gonna use the English names from Digimon Fusion on them. Sucks, because I like the Japanese names. His name is not Mikey, his name is Taiki. And what they call the guy with the kendo stick? They called him Kyle or something dumb like that. So, yeah, very weird. But anyway, Nene being the tamer for, like Sparrowmon, Mervamon, and Skull Knightmon for a little bit. Being a very cool looking art holding out her cross loader. Her black one, not her pink one from later. Anyway, it says for Nene, play this tamer without cost for security, and on play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Knightmon or Deadly Axemon in its names, or Twilight in its traits from the among them to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of the deck in any order. Then, opponent's turn, all your Digimon with Dark Knightmon in their names or Twilight in their traits gains blocker. Also, on deletion, gain 2 memory. On deletion? So there's on deletion effects for tamers? Interesting. Then if you see, in Cross Encounter, they started adding traits to cards. So she's got, like, the General / Twilight trait, because that was kind of like her army in Cross Wars. So interesting. She's a rare, so she's not super rare, but is interesting. It's cool alternative art. It's like the Kari one we got from, what is it called? Yeah, it's the Awakening one. I'm not even going to try and attempt it. Anyway, we've got the Digimon Card Game ST Special Entry Pack. ST11. So there's only 2 cards in this pack. We've got a lot of different things in here. So we've got an Agumon, a Greymon, Gaia Force, Skull Greymon, War Greymon, Tai Kamiya, Gigimon, Biomon, Vorvomon, I remember him, Lavo Garitamon, Volcanic Dramon, Hawkmon, Fugamon, Volkmon, Heir of Dragons, Monochromon, and Gamamon. Kind of just want Gamamon out of this. Seems like it's a pretty cool art. I'm going to try and save this one as well, like how I just saved the random 25th Memorial Pack that we got. It's going to be a toughie, because you know how it goes here. You know how it goes on the Frozen Breeze channel. We destroy the objects we want to keep the most. He will kill the one he loves the most. You remember that from fucking Last Jedi? If you haven't seen Last Jedi, I would never recommend seeing it. Never fucking see it. It's gonna ruin your fucking brain. It's gonna make you think like an idiot. Some people actually like that movie. I actually met someone's friend that actually enjoyed that movie. One of John's old friends from, like, college, not high school, that he never talks to anymore, because I guess he sucks, which I completely agree. He liked The Last Jedi, which is completely blasphemous, and he should have been crucified for it. Completely crucified for it by all Star Wars fans. But then again, he wasn't a Star Wars fan, so he didn't really care. He said he liked it as a movie, which I guess I can respect, but as a Star Wars fan, it's just not. It's just not. Anyway, saved to the pack. Kind of had to pull off the entire flap of it, so it looks nicer of a cut now. So now I've saved 2 of them. That's good. Anyway, got some cards to look at. First up, oh, you know, I wanted it. We got it. P. What does P stand for? I'm guessing it just means promotional. If you look right next to his, this is going to be a little bit far away. Come on. Next to his name and next to the number he has for it, he's got a P instead of like a C, R, U, or SR, or a secret, just because he's a promotional card. So, very cool looking card. I like the art on it. Anyway, his effect says, on play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 2000 DP or less. Definitely an early game card you would want to play, just because some rookies don't, but there are no anything champions that would be like DP 2000. Maybe if you used it in a yellow deck, when you can like lower somebody's DP, maybe. And then its inherited is, when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 2000 DP or less. Definitely got to be used in a yellow-red mix-up. So next up, we got Monochromon. Alright. Monochromon has blocker and loses 2 memory. This is very common for Monochromon. Many Monochromon cards use that same, I'm a blocker, but I lose 2 memory when attacking. So he's just a dedicated blocker. So, interesting. Not as amazing of art. Let me grab it and re-show it to you guys again. He's like fighting Greymon, I think, by this little area down here. So, interesting. I at least got what I wanted. I got what I wanted. Yay! Anyway. Now we must dive into the hell that is the Xros Encounter card. It's not really hell. I guess it's more of heaven. Anyway, I'm going to try and save this one as well. Pretty easy to save these ones if you're just being, you know, like an idiot. Alright. If you're just fine with ripping it up and maybe taping it later. I haven't ever taped any of the things back together, so, you know, I don't know how well these things get taped back into their original, like, versions. It's probably not all that badly. Ooh, I kind of fucked it up there, didn't I? Oh, I'm just doing so bad. Oh, I did it so badly. But it's still, if you tape it back together, see, it's kind of dinged up there, but you've still got that. So it's like, if you taped it back up, you could definitely save it. So, I think that's as good as I'm going to be able to do with my fucked up mind right now. Anyway, let's go into the cards. And these are probably going to be everything I need to read. So, come on, there we go. So we've got Venusmon, like, healing up a Rosemon. Yes, that's the Rosemon in my heart. Ogremon. So, it's called Healing Therapy. You know, why did you have to go out of focus, man? Anyway, it says, until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gets security attack -1. If you have a Venusmon in play, 3 of your opponent's Digimon gain it instead. So it's like, It's not really a healing thing. It's more like just making you suck therapy. Alright. I do have this card, but I would like to talk about it anyway. It's Mad Leomon. If you remember watching Fusion or Cross Wars, you'll remember him from it. Anyway, now I gotta talk about the Digicross system, because it's a very interesting system. It's kind of like a way of using DNA Digivolution, since DNA Digivolution is using 2 cards to make 1 card for a low cost. This is like trying to use a bunch of cards to make 1 card, lowering the cost if you have those cards, if that makes any sense. But let's go through its effect while we've got everything here. Come on. You do it right, camera. Well, you can kind of read it. Opponent's turn once per turn. When an effect adds cards to your opponent's hand by trashing one of this card's Digivolution cards, your opponent trashes cards in their hand equal to the number of cards added to their hand by this effect. So, kind of a milling effect. And on deletion, save. And save means, because it's very important to the Cross Wars Tamers, you may place this card under one of your Tamers so that it can be later used to Digicross. Digicross, -2. One Digimon card with Bagra Army in its names. When you would play this card, you may place specified cards from your hand/battle area underneath it. Each place card reverses the play cost. So, he has a play cost of 5. If I have a bunch of Bagra Army Digimon, like in my hand, on the field, or even underneath the Tamers, that lowers the cost. So you could lower it, so it only asks for 1, so you could really only lower it to a 3, but that's pretty good. That's the cost of playing like a rookie, so it's not bad. It's not bad. Then its inherited says, when an effect trashes the Digivolution card, this Digivolution card gain 1 memory. So kind of a lackluster inherited, but the actual ability might be useful for milling decks. So anyway, I also have this card, but it's a Shoutmon. You may remember him from our Digimon World 3 playthrough. He wasn't called Assaultmon, he was called Armormon, but I always said how cool he fucking looked, and that is a very cool art for him, so I like how they did my boy right. Alright, next up, we got ourselves Sound Birdmon. I never saw that in there, but there's a little... So, if you look at the art, if we can get a better look at it, you can see Sound Birdmon kind of terrorizing somebody. That's Impmon down there. It was like it looked yellowish, like greenish. So I thought it was like Terriermon getting attacked, but no, that's Impmon being like terrorized. So, interesting. Sound Birdmon's effect is, when attacking, place 1 purple card from your hand underneath one of your Tamers, and draw 1. Kind of like a way of doing the save, because this thing is going to die. If it attacks, it will die. It only has 1000 DP. Then on deletion, you can save. So it's like, you save twice by using Sound Birdmon. And then its inherited ability is, opponent's turn, when an effect trashes this Digivolution card, gain 1 memory. So the same thing as Mad Leomon. Does it have Bagra Army? No, it doesn't have Bagra Army in its trace, so might have worked with that one. Anyway, we've got Sunflowmon. You know, no, Lalomon is here, but it's also got Palmon and Tanamon. So I was like, why is Palmon with Sunflowmon? That really doesn't make much sense, but nope, everybody's here. It's Koki's art again. And I've talked about how I'm not the biggest fan of it because of the watercolors, but this one looks fine, really. Anyway, it's also a 3000 champion. Very weak champion, but its effect must be great. When Digivolving, by suspending one of your green Digimon, you may play cards with Vegetation, Plant, or Fairy in its traits, and 3000 or less DP from your hand without paying its costs. So I guess you could play another Sunflowmon. You could just multiply Sunflowmon if you wanted to. Interesting, I guess. Your turn, once per turn, for its inherited. When an effect suspends one of your Digimon, draw 1 card. So yeah, the greens are really about suspending your own Digimon, so I think that effect is actually a really good one, since draw 1 is like the best effect you can get in this card game. I think it's the best effect you can get in any card game. Anyway, we got Impulse Memory Boost. We got ourselves Pulsemon. It's in trainings. I think that's Boltmon? And then there's Exercisemon, if you remember him from when we looked at other packs. What packs do we look at to find him? I think it might have been great, the Awakening one as well. So it's definitely one of Pulsemon's evolutions from the Vital Watch, the Vital Bracelet, that I showed off at the very beginning. I guess I just wanted to show you how cool I was. Well, anyway, its effect is just like other memory boosts. It's got the delay effect, where if you delete it later, you can gain 2 memory. Come on, look better. There you go. You may play, for its main effect, you may play 1 Pulsemon from your hand without paying its play cost. Then place this card in the battle area. So it's kind of like playing a Pulsemon without playing a Pulsemon. You get like an extra little effect from it. So that's not bad if you're definitely playing like, well, a Pulsemon deck. Then place this card in the owner's battle area for its security, just to give you more memory. So not bad, but it's definitely situational. Anyway, got ourselves Regal... I always fuck up its name. Regalusmon. Regalusmon? Maybe Regalusmon. That might be its name. Good old Regalusmon. I'm not quite sure anyway. Anyway, very cool looking art. This was drawn by Koki as well. I don't usually remember Koki drawing the megas, so this one's a pretty good mega though, so I ain't gonna complain about this art. It's pretty good art. Come on, can you focus? There you go. Alright, and its effect is, when Digivolving, trash the bottom 2 Digivolution cards of one of your opponent's Digimon. Pretty good, because, you know, that's what blue does. Then when attacking, if an opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards in play, you may play 1 level 3 Digimon card and 1 level 4 Digimon card from this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying their cost. Very common for blues as well to multiply themselves. So, not a bad card, but there's ones that do it better. Oh, this is a Digimon you may not know of very well, because he's not very well known. Probably know as De-Evolution. This is, well, it's called Seiken Meppa, but this is, Jesmon GX's option card. Never heard of Jesmon GX? Well, he's like the evolution of Jesmon X, and he's red. Don't know why, but it's a Digimon that you might know of. Kind of unknown. So, anyway, its effect is, while you have a Digimon with Royal Knight in its traits, in play, you may use this card without meeting the color requirements. Main, unsuspend one of your Digimon. If that Digimon is Jesmon GX, activate its Win Digivolving effects, and then add to owner's hand when that. So yeah, definitely has to be used. I mean, it's probably going to be used in a Jesmon GX deck. I've heard it's a good card, but I don't have it. It might be in this set. Anyway, I also already have this card, but I will talk about it as well. Here's Cannondramon. You may remember him from our World 3 playthrough if you've seen more of my videos before. But yeah, it's Assaultmon / Armormon's Mega, and is kind of a boring looking Digimon, but it definitely it pulled its weight during our playthrough of World 3, when Renamon just fucking couldn't for some reason. Anyway, let's get him in frame. I want to look at his effect. Come on, game. Come on, game. Come on, camera. Come on, bish. Do it right. I really need like a place to set my stuff. We did that in Draconic Roar, and it worked out pretty well. Anyway, I think that's a bit better. Anyway, he's got the ability Blocker, and when Digivolving, unsuspend him. So you can attack with your Digimon, then unsuspend by evolving. And then opponent's turn once per turn. When this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle, unsuspend this Digimon. Okay. So I guess you'd have to use a card that oh, I get it. If it uses Blocker to unsuspend itself during the next turn. I get it now. Like a blocker acts as a battle. So therefore, if you force it to attack something and it deletes something through that, then it just comes back to life, meaning it can re-block. It's an infinite blocker. It's not actually that bad. That's a pretty good card. Our first double colored, so we're going to place it in the double color. Yeah, I should really move that back. The double colors are probably going to be pretty big. Anyway, we got Justice Kick with Justimon. The bio-merge between Rio and Monodramon. I really need to play the rest of the Rio games, because the 2 after Anno Decatho Tamer are translated. The last one is not yet. I really want that last one, because that last one looks really cool. But we'll get to it someday. Anyway, its effect is, when you would use this card, reduce its cost by 1 for each Tamer you play. And main, you may play 1 Digimon card with Justimon in its name from your hand without paying its play cost. If you do, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost less than or equal to the Digimon you just played. That is pretty fucking good, but its play cost of 12 is definitely holding it down. Security, you may play 1 Black Tamer from your hand without paying its memory cost. Then add this card to your owner's hand. to its owner's hand. So you could play like a Rio out using this card by its security. So pretty cool card, but a high cost. It is a high cost. Oh, this must be like a mega for like Pulsemon. We've got Achillesmon. Cool looking motherfucker, but he does just look like a dude. He's like a no, he's not a dude. He's a cat. He's Tony the Tiger come to life to fucking stab you with his head. Anyway, he uses blue-green to Digivolve, but he's just a yellow Digimon. Blue-green? Yeah. Colorblind? I'm not colorblind. Yellow-green. You can't even be yellow colorblind. It's not something you can do. Anyway, when Digivolving, if you have 2 or fewer security cards, recovery +1. That's pretty good. And then when attacking once per turn, if you have 3 or more security cards, one of your opponent's Digimon gets negative 5,000 for the turn. If you have 3 or fewer, gain 2 memory. So, gaining memory or getting rid of DP. Pretty good card, I would say. Not bad. Wouldn't pass it up. Alright, now we got ourselves one of the villains of Cross Wars. We got ourselves a Dark Nightmon fighting a Nightmon. So I guess from those cards that we were opening in X Record, this is like the other half of that card that was there. This card has a lot of text, so I'm not going to like try and show it to you guys. I'm just going to show it to you guys at a distance and read it to you. Hopefully I'm not going to be dumb. Anyway, on play, de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Then, if Digicrossing, with 2 cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 5 or less. That's pretty good since, you know, Digicrossing acts as playing. It's not when Digivolving, it's on play, so pretty good. Then, all turns, when this Digimon would be deleted by returning 1 level 4 or lower black Digimon from this card's Digivolution cards to its owner's hand, you may play 1 Skull Nightmon or Deadly Axemon from its Digivolution cards without playing the cost. So it like splits itself pretty much, so interesting. And then its Digicross is Skull Nightmon X Deadly Axemon. So you need both of those in order, because it's Digicross -2, so you could put the play cost down to 4, which is what its Digivolution cost is. So not bad. A little, just playing an ultimate for 4 is pretty damn cool. And then it just gives you the rules for Digicrossing. So pretty cool looking card. He's a pretty fucking badass Digimon in Cross Wars, since he's kind of just tricked everybody into thinking he's cool. So first pack down. That went on for quite some time. That's because we had to read so many effects. Do you think we have the time to do another one? We can have one more time. We have time to do one more, even though it's like, you know, we've only done 2 packs this entire time. But, you know, we also did the promotional one. We also did the 25th one. And we did the Nene pack. So, the Nene pack, whatever the fuck that means. Okay, this one's going to be quick. This one is Shoutmon. It's literally a cake Digimon. It's a dude with a cake on his head, and there's other Shoutmon kind of running around. When I first saw this card, I was like, oh, it's Shoutmon with cake on its head. But no, it's called Shoutmon. Very boring card. And then, what? That's not spelled right. That's Simba and Godomon. But I guess the English version, I guess if they ever do release a Ghost game in English, is Simbear Garurumon. Simbear? I think Simba and Godomon is better, but I guess Simbear Garurumon. Don't know. Somebody should really strangle them for fucking up the name. But anyway, its inheritance C says, your turn, once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, gain 1 memory. So he's kind of like an offensive version of Green. So interesting. I don't have an Angoramon card though, so without it, it's not really going to be that cool. Anyway, we've got a option card for Metal Greymon. Or is this supposed to be Deca Greymon? No, this is Deca Greymon, because if you haven't seen Cross Wars, there is a Greymon that turns into a Metal Greymon by crossing with male Birdramon. But as you can see right here, he's got a gun on his hand, which he usually doesn't have. He only has that when he crosses with Decadramon. So this is Deca Greymon, not Metal Greymon. So anyway, its effect says, when you would use this card, if your opponent has 2 or more Digimon in play, reduce the cost by 2. And main, return one of your opponent's level 6 or higher Digimon to their owner's hand. That's not bad for a 5 if you lower it down. And then its security says, Return one of your opponent's Digimon to its owner's hand. I thought I just heard my phone ringing. Yo. Sure. Oh, okay, I'll get ready. I just need like a couple of minutes to put on clothes. No, I already showered, so I'm all good. Alright, see you in a bit. Yeah, John called me about picking me up. We're going to Cracker Barrel. Definitely a good place for me to go to. Anyway, I don't think there's enough time for me to go over the rest of this, but, you know, cool card, and I'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek what the next episode's going to have in it. It's going to have a Skull Knightmon. Okay, cool. Anyway, sorry to end this up so quickly, but I had to get going. I was planning on recording a couple episodes, but there just wasn't enough time. I woke up pretty late, and I had to feed my dogs and stuff, so didn't have a ton of time, but I am excited to get through the rest of this, because I really want to get myself a Shoutmon ×5, because, you know. Sadly, there's no Mervamon in this pack. It's a Cross Wars pack, but it has no Mervamon in it. It's got Minervamon, though, so I want to get Minervamon. So that in BT11, Parallel Dimensions, I can actually get myself a Mervamon, because that would be fucking badass. So, thanks for watching this episode, and I'll see you guys next time on Opening Digimon Boosters.